The point where why live anymore, because you don't want to do heroin anymore, but you can't stop.
Inside the mind of a heroin addict. New tonight, a woman who struggled with the drug for years tells us how she finally got clean. Good evening, everyone. Heroin took another life today, and 9 others were brought back from the brink of death by first responders.
The man who died was at Talbert House, a social services agency that helps people overcome substance abuse problems. Heroin was found near his body. He's the 4th person to die since Tuesday, and the total number of people who've overdosed just in the city of Cincinnati is now more than 90.
On the streets of Hamilton County, there's an all-out war against heroin. It's a battle that law enforcement and community leaders can only take so far. To win the fight, the users have to find a way to get clean. Tonight, Local 12's Megan Mongello shares one woman's story of surviving addiction. She's live now to tell us what it took. Megan?
Well, Kimmy and Rob, it took a trip right here to the Hamilton County Justice Center for Diana to get clean. She told me she actually told her boyfriend to turn her into police because she'd rather be in prison than dead. Diana struggled with addiction as a teenager. She sobered up for a while, but as a 32-year-old, she was looking for an escape from reality.
I figured, what's one little line of heroin, right? So I got a very small amount, and it was over right now. It was over, and that was probably the most destructive drug I've ever done in my life, and it was the one and only drug that I absolutely could not stop doing, no matter how many people I was hurting.
She racked up 14 felony convictions, lost 2 homes and 2 marriages, and still the urge to keep using was unbearable.
We don't just run out there and decide we want to do heroin. We decide that the first time, but then after that, we don't have a choice. Because becoming sick off heroin is like you have the flu times 20.
Heroin is physically and psychologically addictive. Its intense effect on the brain's reward system wipes out the natural serotonin and dopamine.
So it's important to leave those issues in the past.
Michelle runs an education class at the Center for Addictive Treatment in Cincinnati. She says the addicts are not in a moral crisis, but have a chronic brain disease.
Their brain only wants the heroin because that system has been hijacked. That's the only way that they get pleasure, that they get a sense of reward.
Diana knows that firsthand. To feel it, she was stealing from loved ones, snorting $400 to $500 a day worth of heroin, and facing a long jail sentence for all of her crimes.
I had 15 years on the shelf, but I'd rather have been in prison than dead. My daughter, I didn't want her to bury me, and this man deserved better. So I wrote a confession letter, told him to turn me into Green Township, and that's exactly what he did.
45 days in jail led to a 6-month stay at a court-ordered treatment center. That was the first step. Diana says she stayed sober for 5 years by following the 12-step program every day.
Step 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps.
A life free of heroin has given her a sense of self back. And Diana has a message for families dealing with a loved one addicted to heroin. This is a tough message. She says, cut them off. Don't give them money or a place to stay. She said in order for them to stop, they have to feel the consequences and hit rock bottom. Live at the Hamilton County Justice Center, Megan Mongello, Local 12 News.
Megan, thank you. The Center for Addictive Treatment has hit capacity at 60 people, but in an effort to help 2 more, the staff just bought a pair of twin beds. Yesterday, they turned an office into a bedroom.